Let's start reading real numbers. We have the idea of real numbers. So actually, a bag which carries all rational numbers and irrational numbers. It is said to be as a bag of real numbers. So all rational plus irrational numbers. So both will give, you know, both will be real numbers. So keep remembering this you have to look again and again, watch this video very keenly, like a hero on board. Yeah, so algorithm, here in this real number chapter, first we have to understood that what is algorithm. Actually we have to do with the algorithm, and it is a series of well-defined steps. So well-defined steps means to say we are uh, going to use some methods, and we'll do some steps which we are saying that defined steps. And next in uh, another topic we'll see how we are going to do actually the algorithm and the logic algorithms. The word algorithm comes from mathematician Al-Khwarizmi. So this Al-Khwarizmi, this is the scientist, the mathematician. He actually is known for his calculations and algorithm actually. So, and he wrote some book actually. He Hisab al-Jabr wal Muqabla. So that is the book on his name. So he has written the Hisab book. So on which algebra is derived. So this is the man actually here. So he's in Persia. He was born in Persia, and full name is Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi. So you may have read in the book also. So he was born in Persia. Uh, so with we are reading all this to build up our knowledge, how to calculate, and this is good information, like who is Al-Khwarizmi, Muhammad ibn Musa Al-Khwarizmi, because algorithm is a word which come from his name Al-Khwarizmi. He was born in Persia. His Khwarizmi Sultanate, Iran actually, Iran and Iraq part, that is Persia in those time period. Uh, Lifespan is 750 to 850 Christian era. So that is, you can say that ninth century. So he was born in ninth century. So okay then, this we are reading here that algorithm is a series of well-defined steps. We have to keep in our mind, always, that what is algorithm. A good mathematician student is who that uh, knows every term, who can define every term also, and to if we have the knowledge what is algorithm, so we can implement that also. So by knowingly, so Euclid division algorithm. So the next step. So algorithm we understood. The division algorithm. So is a series of steps, well-defined steps, which will include division. Okay. So now another mathematician or scientist, we can say Euclid. So he used division uh, for many steps, and which is said to be as a division algorithm. So Euclid division algorithm, it says any positive integer a can be divided by another positive integer b. So positive integer, we understood that positive plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. So all these numbers, so all whole numbers written in with positive sign, they are said to be as positive integers, and if they are written in negative, so they will be called as negative integers. So here we are taking, we in this chapter we will see, we are talking only about positive integers. So any positive integer a can be divided by another positive integer b. So we can divide one integer by another. So we are taking alphabets. We are not taking exactly the number. Instead of variables, we have taken here a and b. We can say variables. So in such a way that it leaves the remainder r. So when we divide one value by other, it leaves sometimes reminder 0 or some value, maybe more than always more than 0. So which will be, we can say, the divisor. Actually here we will see that divisor is smaller than dividend. So if we are taking a as a dividend, then b will be smaller and we are going to divide by b. So here we have written that divisor is more than remainder. So, or we can say that remainder is smaller than divisor. So both way. So what this is what it here it is written. It is a divisibility properties of all integers. So division algorithm of Euclid is what divisibility properties. So it's a certain defined steps of algorithm are properties of divisibility of all integers, so except 0. So we understood that if we are going to divide by 0 any number, then what will be the answer? The infinity. Okay, because 0 is nothing. If we are dividing some value by 0, then it means we are dividing it by nothing, so the answer will be huge, which cannot be defined, like we, so that's why we say infinity. It is a series of well defined steps involves division. So here Euclid division algorithm has well defined steps of division which include division, so it's a series. Okay, here we'll use Euclid division algorithm to find HCF of positive integers. So in this chapter we will see how to use division algorithm to find HCF of positive integers. So I already told that we are going to discuss positive integers only, not negative. Okay. So next is we have fundamental theorem of arithmetic. See, this chapter is totally different to which were earlier we have seen in classes. So we have to many time repeat the video, uh, repeatedly we have to watch this video very keenly, like I told you in the beginning that Heron bird, which keenly observe his uh, prey, that it's food, actually insect inside the water, and attack, so he very keenly observe that, so we have to concentrate very uh, much like him, so like Heron word. So fundamental theorem of arithmetic, so it is the every composite, so what we are here seeing, fundamental theorem, so theorem of arithmetic. So it is a arithmetic, as we know by arithmetic that it is some kind of calculation. So here we have some kind of calculation by using some certain steps. It is uh, the every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes in a unique way. So in this arithmetic theorem, what we see here is that product of primes, we see product of primes, like product of primes is like 2 3 5 7. Okay, one is not a prime. Okay, so 2 3 5 7, so all those are prime numbers, 2 3 5 7 11, which don't have factors more than 2, like 1 itself, and one factor is 1, so only 2 factors. So those numbers are prime numbers, those numbers are prime numbers. So uh, but composite number have more than 2 factors always. So like 4 has more than 2 factors, and 6 has more than 2. So 4 6 8 10 or 9, these are composite numbers. So they can be written as what? They can be expressed, or they can be written as product of primes. Like I can say here that 9, let's say 9. 9 is written how we can write it with the help of prime. We don't have to use 1 if we are talking about prime. So we can't use 1. So what we'll say, 3 threes are. So this 3 is a prime number. So as we know, the 3 is prime number. So 9 can be expressed as product of prime number. So 3 is a prime number, no? So we can express 9 as a product of primes. Like 4 also, 2 twos are, or 10 also, 2 into 5. So 2 fives are 10. So these 2 and 5 are what? A prime number. 6 also, 2 into 3. So the same way. So we can interpret or express the composite number. 9, 4, 10 are composite number more than 2 factors, like 3, 9 and 1. So more than 2. So these are what? Composite numbers. So if we can express composite numbers, so we can express composite number as a product of primes. Okay. So in a unique way. So it is a unique. It involves. So this is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. It involves multiplication of positive integers. So in arithmetic theorem here we will see that it involves multiplication. So exactly what we did here is the actually expressed by multiplication. So it involves multiplication of positive integers, we will see here. So we use it to prove the irrationality of many of the numbers. So irrationality of the many numbers. So like these are the irrational numbers, root 2, root 3, root 5. So we will use a theorem of arithmetics to prove that these numbers are irrational. So we use it to explore when exactly the decimal expansion of a rational number, say p by q. So q does not equal to 0. I already understood that 0 cannot divide p because 0 is very small value, and by doing this, if we are taking 0 as a denominator, then the answer will be infinite. So we will not take 0 as a denominator. Okay. So we use it to explore. So this theorem, the composite number can be used as a expressed as product of primes. So this theorem, the fundamental theorem, this is the fundamental theorem. So we can use to explore what the decimal expansion of a rational number. So is terminating, and it is when it is non-terminating repeating. So we understand that. Okay. So now next thing what we have to understood is, see, I keep telling you that we have to learn all these things before going towards the problems exercise. Okay. Lemma. What is lemma? Lemma is a proven statement, a statement used for proving another statement. So lemma is a proven statement. It is already proved actually. So that statement, if something is proved, so that will be our lemma. So in the next, like here, this a equals to bq plus r. So LHS is equals to RHS. So this is proved that dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So that is what we have written here in the so this is Euclid division lemma. We see here that we will see that proved a statement of division given positive integers a and b. So when any there will be two positive integers we are using, so which will give us some quotient and remainder r. So that is what we have written here, and remainder will be what, smaller than divisor. B is divisor here. If one value is smaller and another is greater, then the smaller value will be taken as a divisor. So B is we are taking as a divisor. It is totally an assumption taken inside the Euclid division lemma. So this is our lemma. So the above fact was recorded in the book of 7 of Euclid Elements. Okay. Now